Hello， 今天你好吗？我是佐藤。
Hello, my name's Jack. I've been living in Taiwan for 3 years and I'm from England.
你觉得在台湾这一次的防疫上，你觉得做得好吗？
Yeah, for Taiwan, yeah, amazing policy in Taiwan. Compared to the stories from around the world, like absolutely amazing, yeah. They're taking every single step, to prevent it as much as possible. And Tsai Ing-wen is being as open as possible as well. She's also on social media and she's saying, the resources that Taiwan's got and how much money she has and how much money she's got prepared to pump into the economy. Because obviously the economy's going to go down, businesses are going to start slowing down. So, naturally things are going to start grinding to a halt. If she's assuring people that Taiwan will be safe by, X billion dollars that she's willing to put into the economy, then yeah, that's an awesome policy. And people are also just so vigilant too. Like if you walk on the MRT, it's like everyone always has their mask on. Almost if like it's a normality, which nowadays it should be. I feel safe here. I've always felt safe in Taiwan, but like especially so now.
最近呢，在英国的超市抢食物或者是抢一些防疫物资的情形严重吗？
I mean, I spoke to my mum, and my mum said when she went to the supermarket, a lot of things were sold out. So she couldn't get any hand sanitizer or any sort of toilet roll. People were buying so much of the same product because they feared that if the situation got worse, then toilet roll and hand sanitizers were going to be things which you needed, which of course is not the case. Considering the UK hasn't got a tradition of wearing masks or has also got a tradition of lots of touching, then that's going to spread the disease much quicker than if you were not to bulk buy all of this stuff. No, 英国人不习惯戴口罩。
那假如你看到亚洲人戴口罩，你们会觉得怎么样
？First， 我本来来台湾，我以为戴口罩有奇怪，但是3年以后，我发现戴口罩很重要。现在那个病很严重，所以戴口罩最重要。但是因为英国人不习惯戴口罩，他们觉得亚洲人很奇怪。他们为什么戴口罩？他们很病吗？他们给我他们的病。但是 now I know it's not true. It's like you've got to be healthy and wearing the mask is the most important thing. And it's, of course, washing the hands too, whereas English people haven't got this. I mean, England is now in lockdown. Like people can't leave their houses, only the supermarkets are open and like convenience stores. Other than that, everywhere is shut. So maybe now it will start sort of slowing down because people aren't interacting with each other. Obviously precautions should have been taken a little bit earlier, but it's too late to sort of, complain about that now.
那目前呢，如果是亚洲人戴口罩走在路上，会有出现例如被打的情形吗？
No, I haven't heard that news. From what my mum said, the hand liquid is the hardest thing to buy. Like I say, hand sanitizers and alcohol spray was one of the things that my family have been saying is hard to get right now because it's one of the things that people are bulk buying. I mean, generally, do people use hand washer? Not really. I mean, obviously, of course, people wash their hands in the UK. Like people are still hygienic. But there's not a massive tradition of, always spraying your hands with alcohol. And also toilet roll. Everyone's trying to get the toilet roll, which is a really strange situation, considering like the disease is obviously not part of the whole toilet procedure. Because people, I suppose they don't know sort of exactly what's going on. They haven't got the education so much in the UK. I don't know why toilet roll is always the traditional thing that people bulk buy. But it seems to be the case again. My brother, he worked, 他是厨师，在那个餐厅，但是现在才没有工作，因为餐厅的公司关门，因为没有客人。
那他这样会关多久
？2 weeks. If you're in a low position, then the UK government isn't going to do anything to sort of help you because so many people are affected. If you're in a higher position, if it's your business which has been lost, then maybe they will do something. But my brother, for example, is getting no benefits from it. He said he might start working at a supermarket actually, which is funny because supermarkets are the only place which is still open in the UK right now. Obviously he's not happy, but I think he's just grateful to still have a job. He's got some friends who have totally lost their jobs. They have no way to get a new one, whereas he's been sort of lucky to be able to get this new job almost straight away. But we don't know how long the supermarkets are going to stay open for. Okay. So right now the UK is on like lockdown, which according to the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, he said that it's going to be for at least 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. But we don't know yet. Supermarkets and convenience stores are the only 2 places which we know are going to be staying open for sure. Other than that, like small businesses, some of my friends who work in recruitment, the company is not shut down, but they've put it on sort of a standstill. So operations have stopped, even though the company is still going, and they've got to decide whether is it worth keeping the business open and losing more and more money, or just closing the business altogether and then just cutting your losses and just keeping as much as you can? Yeah.
Well, it sounds really terrible.
Yeah, I mean the whole world is under the same situation here. I think in Taiwan things seem pretty chilled out.
Yep.
I think compared to like the whole of Europe and America. New Zealand, I also heard a couple of days ago, is gone into full lockdown mode, or is at least preparing to, which is really spooky. But yeah, I think we're safe. I think we're safe here. This is a good place to be.
Yeah.
In the UK,
Yep.
just go to a doctor right away. That's what people say anyway. But I think the news is now, if you feel sick, just stay at home, and only when it gets worse and worse should you then go and see a doctor. Yeah, because they don't want the hospitals to get too crowded. Like the situation in Italy and Spain, the UK doesn't want the same situation sort of happening, especially with the free healthcare system. People are already sort of taking advantage of it in some cases. Yeah, the situation would be worsened if people were going to the doctor for the smallest bit of discomfort. It's better to sort of wait it out until the situation worsens and then see what to do. Just until you think the illness is actually serious. Because flu season comes every year. Everyone gets the flu every year. Of course, this one is different. But if you just go to the doctor with regular flu symptoms, you're taking away the time that the doctor can spend with the people who are actually in need of urgent treatment. Free.
For free?
For free, as far as I know. If you're a UK citizen, at least. Like if I went back to the UK now and I needed to go to hospital, I could get seen by a doctor for free, and I could get my medication for free. It's the same in Taiwan though, hey? And that's also the scary thing. The amount of cases that are coming up in America right now, and considering how expensive healthcare is out there, just to get the test for corona itself would be like a huge expense for a lot of people who don't have, If you leave your house, I think you get about £140 or £160 fine, maybe 4,000 块. So not too much, but like enough for people not to want to leave the house. And this stuff is good. Like when I was talking to my mum, she was saying like none of that stuff is in the UK at all. Anyone can just walk into any building. People are still taking the buses, taking the trains, and there's no sort of precautions going on there at all. And I just had a friend who had to fly back to the States because something to do with his family, and he was just completely shocked at the difference in seriousness that the United States are taking this compared to Taiwan. It's taking gigantic measures to prevent the spread of this, whereas a state which is internationally established as the US and has a seat on every single sort of board of directors in terms of World Health Affairs is being so negligent in terms of helping prevent this and help the spread of it. I suppose it stops people from hoarding stuff like they're doing in the UK. If you know you can have 3 masks, and if you know that you will definitely get your 3 masks, then it stops people from sort of bulk buying boxes of them. I think it's a good policy actually, as long as, because people in Taiwan are so obedient, so people will pay attention to this and they will just do. I asked my mum if they had masks for sale there, and she said no. She said that she hasn't seen any, and the only way to sort of get them is to order them online. That sort of tradition has got to change, especially now. But I think people will start paying more notice of it, and they'll realise that Asian people wearing masks is not a sort of scary thing. They're doing it not only for themselves but to help you too, and it doesn't mean they're infected. Like, oh, they're wearing a mask, they must be sick. Like, that's obviously not the case. It's being beneficial to everybody, and it's like a way of being selfless. You're not just thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about those around you too.
以上是今天的分享，我们下次见，拜拜。
Bye bye. Bye bye. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Drink more water. Yeah. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Drink more water. Yeah.